everyone. And welcome to Greetings and Salutations. Okay, that's a wrap. Season 1 of Stories of Sodor has ended. When will Season 2 begin? I don't know. Sorry guys, I know that's not what you want to hear, but that's the only answer I've got. Why don't I know when it will begin? Because I haven't even started filming it yet. I am hoping, fingers crossed, that it will be before the end of the year, but you just never know. That's it. So I know you guys are going to ask anyway, when will Season 2 come out? Well, I hope you won't be offended if I don't answer that, because, well, I just simply don't know. But I am going to get stuck into it soon. I'm just taking a slight reprieve first, because it's been quite a roller coaster ride on this channel. And in that regard, I want to thank you guys tremendously. Like, you guys have made this channel the great success that it is. I had absolutely no idea it would come this far so quickly. And yeah, it's absolutely amazing. It's really, really gratifying just to know how many people out there appreciate and enjoy my work. But don't think that I'm going to be neglecting this channel in the meantime. Far from it. Like, if my most recent milestones video is any indication, I will, of course, continue uploading videos, well, so long as my channel keeps hitting milestones. So the frequency at which I put out those videos, well, that'll depend on you guys. So keep liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and well, I guess the quicker that happens, the more frequent I'll upload my milestones video, because they certainly seem to be pretty popular, like based on the feedback of the 2 I've released up to this point. And yeah, so by all means keep spreading the word, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, so I guess now I'll just talk briefly about my most recent episode, Luck. If you haven't watched it, beware of spoilers. Alright, so I guess also the main thing I want to talk about is the German I spoke in that. I gotta admit, I was quite surprised, really, based on the comments that have been posted on that video, critiquing my German. It's actually dead even in regards to people saying how good or bad it was. Like, I mean that literally. I think it's been about 6 or 8 comments, half of which have said it was terrible, but they praised my efforts, and others said that it was really, really good, which surprised me, really, because I don't speak German any more than I speak Spanish. In those instances, I consulted Google Translate, so make of that what you will. And yes, there was also a word during the German sequence which I didn't do a subtitle for, because, as I'm sure many of you guessed, it was a swear word. I'm not going to say it here, but obviously the German speakers understood it, and actually just also in that regard, to anyone who does speak German and who was offended by my use of that word, I do apologize. It wasn't meant for shock value, but it really was something I was wrestling with, because I thought, I mean, what's a war without any curse words in it? But yeah, I apologize if people were offended. And no, I'm not going to say it here, because, well, I imagine there's going to be about 100 people who are going to say it anyway. But yeah, so that's all I got to say in that. And also, of course, there has been a lot of speculation as to the origins of the Lucky Lamp. I have planned a full backstory behind that. To be honest with you, I don't think it'll be explored in Season 2, but it is something that will come up. You know what? Even though I'm not a fan of giving away spoilers, I will say this much. It's not Proteus's lamp. So that's all I'm going to say on the matter. I won't say anything more. Alright, so I guess that's really all I have to say about that. Yeah, don't expect a greetings and salutation video next week because, as I said, with the series ending, there's nothing really I've got to talk about. So I guess I'll conclude by asking this question, which is, what's the most arduous thing you've ever done? That might seem like a strange question to ask right out of the blue, but there is a reason behind it. Jumping back to my behind the scenes video, I'm glad so many people seem to like that one. And there were also quite a few comments about the background on my desktop. It's actually a photo I took, this photo here, back in 2010, of the Snowy River. This was while I was on holiday with my grandparents, and a couple of kilometers to the right of screen is Mount Kosciuszko, which is the tallest mountain in Australia. On the same day I took this photo, I climbed Kosciuszko, #humble brag. That's not as impressive as it sounds. When I say climb, I mean I followed the path all the way up to the summit, so there wasn't like any vertical scaling or anything like that. No rappels, no climbing hooks, no nothing. But it was a pretty steep path, let me tell you. I was almost lying down on my stomach at one point to get to the top. And getting back to the question I asked here today, that was and has remained the most arduous thing I have ever done. I mean, seriously, like the sweat that was coming off my face was like a mini rainfall, and my God, on that day that I climbed it, I came down with a severe case of sun and wind burn. You have absolutely no idea how painful that is. It's like rubbing your skin with sandpaper and then going for a swim in the ocean. The salty ocean. Yeah, know my pain. Like, I set out on that climb without any expectation as to what it would be like. But one thing that absolutely took me by surprise was the number of flies up at that altitude. Like, seriously, I could barely open my mouth without the things swarming inside. And the flies themselves, they were like the size of a grape. They were really huge. Like, seriously, what is up there at that altitude that tantalizes flies so much? But in any case, sound up in the comments below what's the most physically taxing thing you've ever done. I look forward to reading your comments. Alright, one final point. On a previous occasion, I mentioned that from Season 2 onwards, I would use story ideas that you guys suggested. So also sound off those ideas in the comments, or by all means, send me a private message. Just also to state something categorically about this, if I do use your idea, I will of course credit you for it, but I reserve the right to use the idea as I see fit. And please don't be offended if I don't use your idea exactly 100%, and don't assume that it's because I thought it was bad. It's just because, well, I just decided to go in a different direction with it. Alright, so yeah, I guess that's it then. Thank you guys so much again for all your support, all your views, all your subscriptions. It's been absolutely terrific. I can't wait to see where Season 2 goes, and keep spreading the word about my channel. The more you do that, the more frequently I upload my milestones video. So, I'll leave it at that. Thank you all guys so much again. Thank you so very much for watching, and have a good one.